Hi guys, welcome to Beyond the Crown. I am Tanvin Onyango, and this being the first episode, I am sitting with one of the best, or rather the most awesome ladies who had a chance to put Kenya on the map. I can't introduce her better than how she can, so I'd like her to introduce herself. Then afterwards, from there, we get to pick it up with the conversation of the day. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the first episode of Beyond the Crown, and I'd like you to introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Muita Lachelle Muita, and just as Tanvin has said, I don't want to say the former because a queen is always a queen. I'm Miss Teen Universe Africa 2024 and Miss Teen Universe Kenya 2024. If I was to introduce myself, I'd say I'm a broad person. So I'm a student at the moment, fashion and design. I'm a model. I love to say I'm someone passionate about so many things. Like, I don't fit myself into a box. So I love exploring, traveling, yeah. And you'll get to know more about me.
So,
thank you for having me.
Welcome. So what does Muita do? Beyond the pageant life, beyond the public space, who is Muita when no one is seeing?
I'm a fashion student. Also, I'm a model, but it's broad. You find yourself pageantry, you find yourself in commercial. I'm such a broad person behind the limelight. But one thing I would say, let's say I'm a go-getter. I go for everything that comes my way. I always say you don't wait for people to come for you. You go reach out for what you want.
Nice. So let's take it back to the moment you are crowned as Teen Miss Universe Africa. Or let's start with the Kenyan national pageant. Then you take us through how the feeling was getting to travel outside, and also, like for a lot of young girls, their dream is to be on the international stages. So how was the feeling? And take us back from where your journey began upwards until where you are today.
It began, it was, let's say it's a long journey, because you see pageantry. For example, for me, the first time I ever watched an international pageant was in 2013. That was Miss World. So I always knew pageantry was all the glitz, the glams. I used to be like, I want to wear that dress. But when I saw the first audition, I saw it in April 2024. And I was like, let me apply. You never know what will come. After application, I received the email and the WhatsApp message, and I'm like, finally. But that finally was, it went from a 10 to 1 at a very huge scale, because I think comparison took a deep toll on me. I had never done pageantry to that extent. And then you go for the first, let's say, training, and the people are like, oh, I've won 10 titles. I'm like, you won 10 titles? I'm here like, this is the first pageant I'm doing. I'm just straight from high school. So all I knew was miss this, miss that. And then now I'm in this space. I need to train. I need to truly put my best. I think one thing that truly, I think, helped me a lot was understanding I'm the only one who can see my potential. If I see my potential, I'll be able to show it to the judges. Like, I'll be able to tell myself that whether you see it or not, I know what I have to give, what I can give to the organization, I can give to other young girls once they see me. Let me say, one thing that I've learned throughout the entire journey, even after going, is believing in yourself no matter what. Because if you're in a space where there are people who have more and more experience, for example, let's say you starting this, you're like, oh, there's someone who has a much better experience than me. Will I be able to make it? Believe in yourself. Now, another thing, going to South Africa was surreal. I was like, oh my God, I just won. And I won 3 days to the international competition. Like, I just had 3 days to prepare. So everything was like, wow. It was so rushed. But I feel like that helped me truly grow and be able to, I only say I'm so privileged that I did it under pressure. Because if I was given so much time, I'll be like, I still have time. I don't really think I would have put much more effort than I did. You see, yeah. one thing that I say stuck out to me is the girls are not playing. Pageant girls are not playing. On the first day I stepped, like at the airport, the chaperone came, picked us up, we went. That's the first time like I'm there. I went to my room. We were told, oh, you have to go to dinner. I just changed into just a simple milk.
You thought you were in Kenya.
I'm in Kenya, I'm in Africa. I go, the girls are gowns, like real gowns. And then they've already done a photo shoot. I'm just there, I'm like, yeah, I still have the same makeup I had done at 8 before traveling. And I'm like, whoa, so I need to pull up my socks and it's now game time.
So with experience, especially with the pageants in South Africa and how they're accepted as compared to how the Kenyan market is, how was the experience in the South Africa different from your pageant experience here in Kenya?
Everything there is, I'll say, glamorous. They don't see it. You know, in Kenya, I feel like people term it as a cheap thing. It is not cheap in South Africa. The girls there, I'll give an example to the chaperones. Here in Kenya, we have chaperones, but they don't take it as like a serious
work.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's my chaperone. They're like, hi, and that's it. There, I had the chaperone that I had with my roommate. My roommate was Miss Malawi. She would message us every morning, wake up, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I feel like that's one thing that people should truly
adjust
here in Kenya. Because I look at it, I'm like, you're my chaperone, but you don't even message me, you don't even want to know, oh, did you get the dress, did you do this? So I think that should be a major adjustment, or if I can say that, here in Kenya. Another thing has to be the support. The support in South Africa is massive. I remember we would introduce ourselves. Kenya, we have Malawi, we have India. When it reached to South Africa, hey, everyone was like, yeah!
You are on the home ground. What did you expect?
And if South Africa needed anything, they were there to give it to her. Here in Kenya, no one really. For example, now we have a queen who's in Vietnam. You have to push people to rally behind someone that's representing your nation. Which I don't really think that should be the case. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I hope we keep increasing the support, the love. And people don't see this as a cheap as a cheap thing. Because you're putting yourself in the limelight to be judged. I feel like I'm allowing you people to judge me. People should, I think the respect that pageant queens should have is a lot.
It's a lot. So let's jump into the hour that everything changed. Like there were other girls from Africa, and you won 3 days before the international pageant. You had 3 days, actually let's put it as less than 48 hours to prepare yourself before you get to travel. You are there. I can imagine the pressure and of getting to handle everything. And then the moment comes and Teen Miss Universe Africa is Kenya. How was that moment to you?
It was a surreal moment. Like till now, I've never said this, but I've never watched a competition. Like I've only watched bits and bits and bits. Like I want to see the Simpsons. Let me watch the Simpsons. So funny thing, when I arrived in South Africa, I went with my aunt. We did a video with her, and I was like, yeah, I'm happy to be here, but I'm not happy to be here, you see, because the girls, they have their own makeup artists, they have their own photographers. So there's a point, I think the first day, I was like, oh, I was so laid back. Even if you see the videos, if you can be able to get them.
We'll get them.
The first day we traveled from Johannesburg to Kimberley. I put on just a black dress and I was like, let's go.
Let's go.
Airport. Kula kitu itafanyika. But when I did that, I was like, wait, these girls are not playing. And if I really want to put myself on the map, I really need to work. Because none of my videos had been submitted, so no one knew me. It was just me, my roommate. So I told myself, if I truly want to win a crown or win even the entire competition, I have to put in all the work that I can. So I would, let me say, the second day when we did the photo shoot, I was like, this is where everyone, this is going to seal that photo shoot with the crown. This is this is going to seal
the fate. And you held it and you were like, God,
please. So we will go for the makeup. I marked one makeup artist. I saw her do a makeup like on one of the girls, and I was like, that's who I want to do the makeup, to be my makeup artist. Once she did it, I was like, this is my race is starting now. I just put everything on the floor, like it's now or never. And then when we did the preliminaries, I told myself, if I wore gowns made by Bruna. So one of the gowns, it was so like, it was so glamorous. I thought this is the one, like this will seal me as what in the top 24. So once I wore it, I was like, Lord, nimekuachia. Even after the interviews, I was like, Lord, nimekuachia. When we did the opening ceremony, the opening dance, and all, we introduced ourselves. I remember I went backstage and was like, if it's for me, it's for me. If it's not for me, then it's okay. Like this, there are still more pageants to come. There are still more opportunities. When they called the top 24, I started crying. I started crying, like I was like, oh. So, like, you know, it's tears of joy, but tears of wow, I did it, like, hey, finally. And you know, this is a bit of TMI, but I experienced a lot of bullying after I won. So it was like, wow, like, hey, ni mimi nimefanya hivyo after all those things that happened. So I went backstage, we are changing, but the tears are still coming out. Telling myself, Mungu, nishikilia nisilia hapo nikitembea. But I feel like that moment sealed like the fight, like everything that I was working for, just like imefanyika. And then, so after the swimsuit, I got called the top 12. Then I got called the, like after top 12, we did evening gown. And then they had special awards. I told myself, I don't really think I'll get any, because obviously most of them are from previous competitions that I had not done, like the social media and all. So when they called me at the elegance, I was like, Lord, my aunt was seated somewhere behind the judges, like not, the parents were at the front, so you would sit there as a guardian. I was just seeing her and she was so happy, like tears. I'm like, yes, we did it. And then now it came to the, after now the crowding. Obviously, I didn't advance to the top 7, which is, oh my God, it's okay. Like, you know, you
made it to top 12.
Yeah, because so happy to a point where you won't be like, I should have been there. No, it's okay. So when we came back, well, they were giving out the continental titles. In the top 12, it was me and Zambia. And we had grown so close. I feel like all the African countries, you just find sisterhood in them. Like you just love each other because you already know. I always say this, like, I think from watching so many pageants, as an African delegate, you compete with the African before you can be able to compete with the rest of the world.
The rest of the world.
So I was like, whoever gets it, it's okay. And then they called me and I was like, I still remember what I did. I was like, and it's such a I did it moment for me. No matter, like, people are like, oh, you should have won. No, I've started here. This is my very first pageant. I've been able to represent Kenya. I've been able to get an African title, and it got me so far. I was able to do so many things with the African title. Like, I don't really think anyone can tell me anything right now and tell me, oh, you should have done better. No, that's what I did, and that's what God wanted me to do. So
let's talk about when you came back to Kenya from South Africa. As I've said, you managed to work on some 1 and 2s with the crown. What is that, let's say, like one ideal thing that this crown changed in your life to the moment that even right now when you just close your eyes, you're like, this crown made me reach maybe to this point. So what was that spotlight moment, even less than days after the pageant?
I think one biggest highlight from winning has to be being able to reach a lot of young girls. Till now, I get texts or DMs like, "Oh my God, how can I do this? How can I do that?" That's such a huge moment for me because I went to boarding school at a really, really young age. So people would come, the motivational speakers, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's so good. Like today you're telling me this, tomorrow another person comes and tells me this." So being able to be that person to other girls has been truly inspiring. Another thing, I got to judge Miss Teen Universe. I went to India to judge. So that's also another.
And you crowned some of the queens.
Like I feel the organization itself really takes care of the queens to a point where you're able to venture into so many other things besides being Miss Teen Universe, Miss Teen Universe Africa. So yeah.
So let's give a comparison between the international organization that you worked with, which I believe the director is such a good person. The international franchise holder is such a good person. So let's say with the experience that you have had with the international franchise, and now we have the national franchise, what is that key element that you really wish the Kenyan franchises can adjust, that can make their queens who get to go and represent us globally have a standout moment while they are out there?
I would say support. Support is really key once you're going to, in any career, honestly. If you have a good support system, it's gonna propel you to so many areas, even further than you expect. Because, for example, I only had 3 days to prepare. And most of the things I did on my own with my family. And if the organization was there, there's some things that the organization knows and the contestant doesn't know. So if you work together and you're able to support each other in different areas, that's gonna really help a lot of organizations here in Kenya. Also communication. Communication is really key in every setting, honestly. Because if you think about it, if I tell you carry pink, but people are carrying purple.
And also the shades.
Like the shades, everything matters. I would say support and communication. Those two, they'll make your organization so like, it will just be
look
perfect.
blunt out,
like,
and
it will help in so many areas. Because if I look at it right now, we all know how the organization is doing. For example, so if they're able to communicate better with their queens, it will help the entire organization, even the queens as they go.
So let's step out of Miss Teen Universe. Afterwards, later on, you joined an inaugural international pageant. One of the pageants that it is really fighting for its spot in the top 5, or rather the big, let me call it the big 4 pageants in the world. That was the Miss Cosmo Kenya. And the inaugural pageant, I believe, it being the first edition, and with the kind of standards that Miss Cosmo has done over the last 2 editions, I believe for the Kenyan round, there were a lot of applicants, but you were able to be shortlisted the level that you got to the boot camp. So let's talk about the general experience that you had, and also what was that different thing that you noticed between the 2 pageants, like your experience in the teen pageant. Now you're not competing now with teens again. Here you're competing with you had delegates who are former Miss Earths. You had delegates who have been on bigger platforms. As much as you have been on a bigger platform, but they have been on
Big 4.
On the big 4. So what was something different, and how was the experience?
I feel like coming from a teen system, it's very playful. Always, it's, oh, that's my sister, that's my friend. Oh, you want to have ice cream? Let's go have ice cream. But the Miss pageants, they don't play. Like, they're there for the crown. They're not there to. I feel, for me, once I joined Miss Cosmo, I was like, I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to meet new friends. Like, obviously, you come out with sisterhood, friendship. But one thing that was a shock to me was how hard they take it. I expected, obviously, it's a Miss pageant. They are going to Miss Cosmo, and Miss Cosmo is so wow. Grand. Like, I'm always so wow every single time I watch. I commend them like a lot for being so fierce in such a system, because this is where you learn to be very confident in yourself. Because we are all from different walks of life. Like, we don't have the same teen stories. We have different stories now. There's one who's working, there's one who just started college. And to me, a Miss system teaches you to find yourself. Like you find yourself in different aspects of life. Because I remember we would say our stories, or someone will say, "Oh, I've worked with this person." I'm like, "Wow, oh, you worked with that person. How was it?"
Yeah.
You see, and I was able to learn so much from their experiences in different pageants. For example, Faith, she was at Miss Earth. I got to learn so much from
And
that.
she did so well.
She did so well. Like, I remember I saw a photo of her holding a medal, and I'm like, "Oh my God!"
She had one of the best cultural costumes from Africa.
And then Zawadi and I had spoken before, obviously, because when she represented Kenya, I was also representing Kenya.
Yeah, or at Intercontinental.
And at Teen. And then we just became friends from there. So listening to now her stories after her pageant, how she was able to work with the organization even. Yeah, and I was so happy for her, obviously, because I feel during the pageant you learn a lot, and you're able to be like, oh, she can win.
Yeah.
This person can win. This other person can win.
So in the aspect of a pageant life, and especially being a pageant queen, because you know we can't compare how pageant queens carry themselves and how pageant kings carry themselves. So being a lady and also being a national title holder, a lot of spotlight comes to you, and it puts you in a position of you have to monitor everything that you are doing. So how was that experience to you, and what would you tell that young girl who is just fresh out of school, and she's like, I'd like to be how Muita was, I'd like to be how our current Miss Cosmo is, I'd like to be how even Ivy Triza is. So what is that one thing that you'd like to tell them, and especially you'd align it with how your path was?
One thing, I think I told you this maybe, but don't let your morals like change. Your morals are key. A crown will never be bigger than your morals.
Yeah.
What, like, it sounds so cliche to say that, but it's really important, because okay, you win that crown because you did something wrong, right? They will never take you seriously.
Yeah.
As an organization, I myself will not take you seriously.
Yeah.
So if you let your morals if you let the crown overtake your morals, then you've lost it. Just understand who you are, first of all. Know why you're there, because you may be there for the crown, and you get the crown maybe, but you need to understand that this is bigger than the crown.
Yeah.
You're there to learn, you're there to enjoy, and to be able to see life in a different light. Another thing would be kind. Kindness does not cost a thing. If you're kind, everyone will just know who you are. And you know, once you're kind, if you're kind to me, I'll always be kind to you, and I'll recommend you to so many other people, because you're just a good person.
Yeah. And let's talk about trying to balance personal life, education, the pageant, and the demands that it comes with. Because, you know, I normally tell a lot of people that pageant is like politics.
Yeah.
You win a seat and you think that it will be quite easy, but also you find that without the work, it is not giving you that the benefits that you thought it will. And you find that you also have to balance a lot. You have your personal life, you have the education, you have the demands that the pageant is bringing on about. How was it to you, and which trick do you think you used that made the work quite easy for you?
With pageantry work, it's like work-life balance. There are times you have to compromise a lot of things. Because, for example, I was telling myself I should join this pageant, but at the same time I'm like, I still have school.
Yeah.
Do I take a break? Do I continue? Do I just juggle them? One thing I would say is understanding which comes first, and knowing which will give you more opportunities at the end of the day. Because if I look at it, I'm doing fashion.
Yeah.
So they correlate a bit, because there are times maybe I'll be like, oh, you can model at our school.
Yeah.
Oh, you can wear this outfit when you go for a pageant. But at the same time, give yourself some grace. It's really important to give yourself some grace, because if you're always like, I want to make that person happy, I want to make that person happy, you will never do it.
Yeah.
You have to give yourself some grace and know when to compromise. Like recently you posted something, because I was like, wow, I never thought of that. It was the conversation
about the title holder from the USA was dethroned after her previous posts just popped out of the blue, and it's not being like, she's not the first queen to be dethroned, but I always feel like title holders should really know what comes about when you get dethroned. Because let's take an example with the former Miss Grand International.
Yeah.
After everything went left for her, and you find that when an organization tells you that we have given you 24 hours to drop everything from your social media page, you find that it gives you a crazy setback, to the point of you start wondering, how the hell am I going to pull myself back up? So, and I remember even the comment that you shared, it was all about authenticity, of which a lot of ladies, I'll talk about ladies, because you know, ladies pageants are, it is one of the things that it is more active around the world. So what was your aspect, or rather your point of view, especially in regards to that topic in general?
At times you have to understand your value as a person, because you find yourself, you think the crown gives you more value, like if I have the crown, I'll be the best version of myself. No, you have to first sit down with yourself, understand, who am I? Am I authentic to myself? Have I found a path that I love? If that's true and you think it's the crown path, then go with it. But at the same time, remember, it's not all about you.
Yeah.
The organization needs to know who you are. The organization needs to work with someone that's ready to work at the end of the day. It sounds so bad saying that, but it's so true.
Yeah, it is the truth that a lot of people don't want to face.
It's so true, because you have an organization, true. You find someone that doesn't want to work, like someone that just wants a crown and a sash and to look pretty in photos. You're not able to deal with this feeling.
Yeah.
Every single day. You call someone and they're like, no, I'm not feeling okay, like I want to be available. Why? You see, I feel a lot of queens should sit with themselves first, and if this is the path you truly want to take, then don't find yourselves like sitting down. Like, I'll use Victoria for example, Miss Universe 2024. She said that there was a point where she wanted to step down.
Yeah, to quit because of the pressure.
And she wrote to the organization, and they were able to come to terms with, okay, you'll do this, you'll also do this. You might not do this today, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone should do that. As an organization, and your contestant or your queen, you should work in negotiating something that is able for you
to work on both sides.
And one thing that I always say, if you think something is not working for you and you are so sure it's not working for you, step out.
Yeah.
Don't usijitafutie maneno kukaa kwa kiti. I wanted to give an example, but
itakuwa blacklisted.
Itakuwa blacklisted. But if it doesn't work for you, don't stay there. It's like trying to grow in a place where you're not wanted.
Yeah.
If a plant starts growing here and the door keeps opening, itaharibika. So don't be that plant that's trying to grow on an unwanted place.
So throughout your journey, who would you say that there are some of the people who have played a huge role in building who you are? And also, what do you think was one of the main reasons that they chose to support you in your journey?
I would say my family. Everyone in my family was so ready. Like, you see, it gets to a point where you demand for so many things. Like, you need shoes, you need a dress, but they were willing. They were all willing, and that is such a huge key in you winning or even like participating in something. Because if you have people who are there for you, my mom did my hair all throughout I won't say the entire, but every single time they would take me. If there was an interview, they would take me. Their first photo shoot we did, we were in Nyeri for one of my dad's friends. He had a wedding that morning. We had to come back to Nairobi because the photo shoot was in Nairobi, and we drove from Nyeri, and by 8 I was here. I was there ready for the photo shoot, and I always thank them so much. I don't really think they understand how grateful I am for every single person that took part. When you really want something, everyone will drop everything and be there for you, no matter what. Because I don't really think I would support someone who doesn't want to do what I'm supporting them to do, you see. And if you show me you have the passion, I will obviously support you. So I think I showed them I have the passion, and I'm willing to fight for this. So yeah.
So what is that element that you'd say makes you unique for the period that you have been in the industry? From your first pageant, when you went to the international pageants, what is that one element that you think really makes you stand out from everyone else?
One thing that I would say makes me unique, I would say, is understanding that I'm not perfect and being ready to learn anything that I'm being told. I told you before that I had not joined any other pageant. This was so fresh to me, so new, and I would feel so bad seeing people who know what they're doing, like seeing people who are better than me, and I was like, why am I comparing myself? So it takes a lot of courage to be able to tell yourself, I'm not good at this, let me work on it. That's one thing I would say, and I would tell a lot of people to try and learn that. Because if you go to a pageant and you're like, I know what I'm doing, I'm perfect, I'll be able to, hiyo kidogo tu, you lose everything that you came there to work for. Yeah. Sure.
That has been an awesome conversation that we just had here, and I'd like you to give us your parting shot. And before that, tell us, if you had a chance to go back 2 years before you stepped into the pageantry, what was that one thing that you really wished that you'd get a chance to change? And also give that young girl who's watching you at least a message so that they get to know, what can I do maybe if I want to become the next Lachelle?
One thing I wish I did before joining the pageantry industry was more research. I knew pageantry was glamorous. I didn't know the time, the energy that goes into pageantry. And if I was to tell someone that wants to join, any young girl out there, do your research. Know, is it for you? Does it fit who you are as a person? Is it for your personality? If it's not, don't go for that. There's always something that will fit your personality. So don't put yourself in a box just to fit in a certain pageant. Yeah, and be yourself, be authentic, love yourself before anything else, and it will all work out.
Well, guys, that you had it loud and clear. I believe our audio is so loud. That conversation was such an enlightening moment, and you had it. Authenticity speaks for itself. And this being the first episode, thank you so much for showing up. And as I said earlier, this is beyond the crown. What happens beyond it? What happens even after? And she has said a lot from her own experience, and being someone who was active even before her first pageant, took part in her first pageant, got a continental title, afterwards give a shot to Miss Cosmo, and still life continues. So my name is Tanvin Onyango, and thank you so much for tuning in today, and can't wait to see you on the next episode. As I said earlier, we'll be bringing people who make you wonder, should I really get into this political system? But do your research. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good time. Bye.
Bye.